It's time for the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. And now, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed combat sports show champion of the world, Flash Knockdown.
And 3 months later, Marcus, you're back competing on Cage Warriors Northwest Academy, and this time against Mark Ewan in what was a title eliminator, with both of you on a 3-fight winning streak. You all by strikes, and him all by submission. It was your classic grappler versus striker contest. Was that the kind of challenge?
He won all the fights by submission, did he?
No, the
before that,
yeah, the free fight, yeah, was all by.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was a classic.
I thought he was a Thai boxer. We wasn't particularly like searching for it. Like I say, we just put our name forward again. That's a name that came out the hat by Cage Warriors. We said, yeah, cool. We said, yeah, cool. No, it wasn't like I say. I'm not looking for people in particular. I'm not really bothered. Whoever like we give me a name forward, they sort of give us a name. We say, yeah, cool. Let's go. It was good fight, good experience builder.
Yeah, very good experience. And Mark's last appearance was against episode 14 guest, Teddy Stringer, who is ranked number 4 and the UKFC lightweight champion. Teddy sees you as one of his few remaining challenges in the amateurs, and let's hear what he had to say.
Yeah, I'd like that fight. I've asked for it a few times, and I'm even talking about Almighty when they're getting back up and running. I'd love to come and take his belt off him, but I'm not sure if Ray will give me that fight. So we'll see. I can keep asking for it, but if they give it me and if he wants it, then I know how it's going to go.
So how do you respond to that, Marcus?
I'll take his UKFC belt. How about that? It's pointless in fighting me on Almighty because I'm not going to gain nothing. He's not going to take me belt off me. You know, he's not going to. So might as well put his belt on the line. So when I win, I get something for it. But to be honest, I like him. I like the guy. I like from what I've seen a little bit of on your finger story and all that. I like him. He seems like a nice kid.
He is very nice.
That's mainly what I see. I know he's a good fighter. I'm not saying nothing because he's young, but I don't look at a 19-year-old and think that's someone I want to fight. It's not really something I do. Don't get me wrong, I will fight him. It seems like it's on the cards to happen at some point.
Yeah.
I've got maybe 2 fights left amateur, maybe. I'm looking for myself. That's what I personally think in my head.
Wow.
He's got maybe 1 or 2.
Correct.
So I think Almighty have got something lined up. Maybe I actually think Cage Warriors have got something lined up as well. I can't say what's going on with Cage Warriors. Apparently the academy, there's something going on with one of the other belts.
Yeah.
So from the, I can't say that, we'll see. You know what I mean? It's meant to be something going on. But,
fine.
So right now I've got my eyes on that.
Wow.
I'm not really sitting there staring at him. But after I've got my eye done with that, maybe done for Ray. If Ray, maybe, like I say, I might skip that, go straight to him.
The double champ does what the he wants.
We'll see what's 2 left in my mind. Well, maybe it's a first pro fight. We'll have to see. I don't know. I will fight the guy though. Either way though, I will fight him. I've no thing with him. I think he's a good little fighter. I've seen he was saying about Richie and
Richie
Connor. Oh, but we're totally different animals, mate. He thinks he's doing well with karate guys. Connor's not fighting like he's used to fight. Connor is sort of, he's adjusted the style altogether to be something he's not. All this hands down, walking around like Connor. Nah, that's not how you used to fight. That's not how your mum fights. I know his mum. His mum's a good fighter. That's not how he fights. So that's not how he was taught to fight. So he's adjusted and changed. And it's just not working for him, I don't think. And then Richie he's at the time he was pretty much brand new, so he got hold of him and stuff, grabbed his legs.
Yeah.
Oh well, it happens. You know what I mean? To be honest, I think if Richie was a good grappler like I am, I think if Richie could have staved off his takedowns and controlled him, I think Richie would have smashed his face in on the stand-up.
Yeah.
He's a good fighter, but with different animals altogether. He's just talking, totally 2 different machines. 3 different machines, sorry. And levels above the pair of them.
No, fair comment. Was you in?
I don't like
Richie's
saying
corner?
that, to be honest. I'm not a big-headed. Like, people probably don't use that. Just that clip. Add this on the end. I'm not a big-headed person.
No.
It's just sort of, and it is what it is.
Fine. And was you in Richie's corner when he fought Teddy?
I was, yeah.
You was there.
Yeah. To be honest, I had to. My mate, I've got a mate Leon. He's probably going to watch this later himself. He loves MMA. He watched all the other ones. He actually messaged me last night saying, "Lad, this Teddy wants you." I said to him, "I already know." I said, "Get Instagram, mate." But you'll find out on Facebook. He doesn't know what
It's
you're
all on
sharing,
there.
you know what I mean?
I
So
see.
I told him, "Get on Instagram. You'll already know this."
Wow.
He said to me, "Oh yeah, Teddy Stringer, blah blah blah." I went, "Who's that?" I'm not personal again. I'm not saying I don't know who he is, because as soon as I sat there and thought about it, I knew who he was. I went, "Richie. Oh yeah, he beat him, didn't he? I'm sure he's quite a tasty kid." But besides that, I don't know people. I don't know who no one is. I couldn't sit there. You could say the top 5 amateurs in the UK, and I'd go, 1, Teddy. I don't know them. You know what I mean?
True. So you're not adverse to fighting Teddy, are you?
No, but like I say, I'm not hungry
you're up for
him.
that.
Like he seems to be hungry for me.
Yeah, he is very hungry.
I'll fight him. Like I say, right now, possibly something going on for Cage Warriors, and
Brilliant.
in my mind, it's a good thing to look at. It's still the academy. Maybe something to do with one of their other belts.
Yeah.
So I can't turn my nose up at that sort of thing. You know, the chance to go out and get a third.
Yeah. Triple
but
C.
if he's still there after it, I can come and get a 4th. If he's still about, if he doesn't want to go pro before that, he wants to hang on for me and wait for me to get a 4th, then Teddy, I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Hey, Dana, give me the fucking boy.
Love it. Fantastic.
I like
Thank
the
you,
kid.
Marcus.
He seems like an alright kid. He seems focused.
He's a brilliant guy.
I like him. I'd fight him. No reason. No, I know. You know what I mean? But like I say,
Excellent.
He's next. If
Understood. So back to the Mark Ewan fight, and in true Marcus fashion, you came forwards, throwing all different types of strikes from all different types of angles, eventually landing a spectacular spinning heel kick.
He's a very, very good young fighter.
Nice.
Fantastic kicks.
Did you see that?
Which got everyone off their seats and Mark down to the canvas. With the contact you made, were you surprised he survived?
No.
No.
I'm surprised. To be honest, I wasn't even trying to hit him hard. That's why I fell over. Because I threw very little. That's why I threw very little force into the kick. I wasn't actually expecting to land the kick. I just wanted to go near his face. I didn't expect him to foolishly step onto it, which is what he sort of did. Yeah, I was just at the perfect range. I was throwing it. If it hit him, cool. I wasn't like, I'm gonna spin and kick him now. I was just throwing it to put it out there, like, look, lad, I'm here. My legs are active. We're ready to go. Just sort of a threat. And then it hit him, and I went, oh shit, I've hit him. Bounced off it. So I wasn't surprised though, because when I hit with a real spin nut kick, I've smashed about 3 jaws. I broke 3 jaws clean. I know that. I've heard tournaments stop so the doctors can sit there and check the jaws and all that. So if I would have hit him properly, no matter who you are, I don't care if you're a middleweight or a heavyweight, once a heel hits with my 84 key, well, at the time, 75 key behind it, you're getting it. So I weren't surprised at all.
Right. Okay. So following that exchange, he looked to clinch up and shut down your striking. Given how the rest of the fight went, were there the kind of rounds you needed in your MMA developments?
100%. To be honest, I was slightly happy not happy. No one's ever happy at getting beat. So I'm not going to sit here and say I was made up at getting beat, because I obviously weren't. But the way I got beat and getting beat itself was both. First, it was a lesson. Because if you see now, most of my fights, I've took what he's done and I've ended up using it to too much of an extent, really. But, like, if you watch that fight back, to be honest, in moments, if you actually watch, there's moments we work on the ground so much. It was our own short-sightedness a little bit to not think, he might just want to push us against the cage. We thought, he's going to get us down to the ground. And Marcus is ready to get up. So it was unpreparedness, basically. And you see at certain points, I'm going to Gav. I'm in this position. Got me wizarding. Got me hand in. I'm going to Gav. What do I do, Gav? And Gav's standing at the side going, 1, 2, 3, 4, doing all these arm motions. I'm going, what? Just going, what? What the fuck do you want me to do, man?
Whoa.
So I'm trying to learn the actual now I'm
Second
looking at
nature.
myself now and think, you fucking idiots, how do you not know that's simple? Get that underhook and start turning your body.
But it's
One little thing, experience, you know what I mean? I just wasn't, with the moves I had at the time, I just wasn't ready. He would always beat me. He should have always beat me in an MMA fight that day.
Wow, that's interesting.
Which is what I needed. I went to gym Tuesday, my leg all mangled, fought on the Saturday, went to gym the Tuesday of a mangled leg because he needed my leg good and proper, you know what I mean? And I got against that wall and lived on that wall. And then that's all we done for weeks, was just drilling on the wall until like, it's one of my favourite things. That's my strength now. It's become my strength. But I'm sure there's another part of that question which I haven't answered. You know, I feel like there was something lingering because I just
No. You've answered. No. You've answered it. You've answered.
Am I allowed to swear, by the way? Are you going to beep this or should I just
No. You can swear. You can swear.
Okay.
You can swear. You can swear. So, start of round 2, Marcus. You came out all guns blazing, and that's when we saw for the first time in your MMA career that cartwheel kick. Wow! I don't even know what to call it. Help me out, please, Marcus.
Yeah, it is
a cartwheel kick.
It is a cartwheel kick, yeah. Obviously, I shared the other day on Instagram, didn't I? When they land. I've landed, I'd say, about 6 to 10.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say 4 good ones, 6 to 10 overall, and then I've had plenty of near misses, skims that have just went past people's necks. To be honest, I don't know, that was probably a little bit of the frustration at first trying in that situation. There's more, you know, we had our back against the wall quite literally. I thought, that's again, beginning of the round, let's throw something different, just see if we can catch him. And if it would have caught him, it's, like I say, a front flip of 75 key, all the pressure in 1 point hitting you in the face. It's going to get anybody, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, it was just an attempt. Wrong time to do it, if I'm quite honest, looking back at it, like, but all part of my experience. It's really for the last 10 seconds of a fight that, you know what I mean? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not arsed. If I get on the ground, I'm going to get back up. So that's why I'll throw it whenever. You know what I mean? Just because I'm going to get up. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And following that fight, Marcus, with Mark, you took 8 months off. And in the lead up to your return at Cage Warriors 101, you said you felt a different person. And regardless of what anyone thinks, you're a different human being. Can you expand on what you meant by that?
I just changed my lifestyle quite a bit at the time, specifically at the time. I was on a bit of a mad hype, you know, the inspirational videos all day, sitting there, just listening, even when I was just waking up, first thing in the morning, going to work, riding my bike, running, listening, just developing myself constantly and wrestling. It wasn't meant to be 8 months. I ended up having like a few little injuries with my knees and me, nothing serious, I have no ACLs or not like that, you know, just little stupid things that held me back. But at the same time, I was just growing, getting healthy. Like my first few fights, I'm sitting there eating breakfast the morning before, like a full English, you know what I mean? Just like not a clue. Like Gavin Hughes, like I say, shows me so much, and he's worked on like basically not just like training it, just more living it. And at that point, specifically that point, I'm still living it now, but specifically then, like I had a focus, a razor focus, and that was Mark's fault. Not fault, but Mark's gift to me. You know what I mean? Sort of that razor focus, which it's carried on through to today. But like it was ridiculous. I was shaking some days, like shaking, just in like I couldn't even explain what it was. I was just lost. I was just something else. You know what I mean? In my head, which you can't attain all the time. You can't live like that. Right. You can't live on that high level too much. You can be near it, ready to jump into it for your 6-week camp, but you can't be like I was anyway. Like I was mentally somebody else. I was something else. But now I've sort of got the medium point. Got me food right, my diet right, my training right. I'm improving all the time. I've become a different person. I'm growing all the time. I see.
And are you happy with the person you are now?
Yeah. I like myself, to be honest. I think I'm an all right guy.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I'm happy with it. I'm developing, but MMA wise, I've still got loads to develop. But yeah, I'm happy with where we are. I wish it were coronavirus and lockdown, but we'd be a lot further. But besides that, lads, I'm happy with what's going on.
True. Well, it sounds like you've got the right sort of mentor in Gavin.
Yeah, definitely 100%. Gavin lives it.
Excellent. Absolutely. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. So Adam Shelly was your next opponent, who is a multiple world and European Taekwondo champion. Given your karate background, this was billed as a striker's dream. Were you excited to test your skills against Adam?
Yeah, I know. As soon as I found out I was fighting him, I rang my mate from Dublin. Because I've got loads of mates in Dublin, absolutely loads, and that's where he's from, innit?
That's where he's
and
from.
I've got all kickboxers. I rang them all, and who's these kids? These Shellys, the brothers.
Yeah.
And I rang my mate Tristan Barnett. You
Yeah.
might have seen him. Does the K1.
Yeah.
He's actually in SPG now, isn't he? Actually, he's
He
training
is.
with John Kavanagh and all that. He's going to be
Correct.
fighting eventually, very soon, coming, to be honest. But I rang him. I was like, Tristan, how's this kid? And he said, Marcus, he's a good kid and that, but he's just not you. He said, your striking's just going to be too much for him. So obviously, I went into the night just, again, razor focused on that first fight and just chopped his leg.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we're going to talk about that later, but the first one, when I was chopping his leg, that was setting up to be a lovely finish on the third. That the leg was absolutely destroyed, wasn't it? You know what I mean? After I said to myself, big tall lad, likes to kick. What wouldn't I like? Someone trying to chop my leg off. So let's just chop his leg off, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was excited. I was excited to test myself because it'd all been wrestlers or maybe the possibility of grappling. This is the first time where this is a new kid who's sort of like me. Let's see how we go, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And unfortunately, the contest ended in controversial fashion. You received a low blow. Yeah, you received a low blow, causing your groin guard to shift. Can you share what happened from there, please, Marcus?
Yeah, basically, I was dominating that first fight. We had more than the second fight. The second fight's come back a lot better, but I was dominating that first fight really well. Taking his legs, using what Mark had done to me, putting me into cage every now and then, a few foot stomps, a few knees to the legs.
Yep.
And as I was doing that, I put him in a slightly awkward position where he tried to knee me in the stomach.
Yeah.
As he did it, my groin guard slipped slightly to the side. So now, here's where it's ridiculous, because I've got him against one side of the cage, pressurising him, clearly sort of winning the fight. I stop and just start walking backwards and start doing this and going like that, bloody trying to show to Richie Mitchell that something's going on, alert him. Because I've watched MMA hundreds of times. Referees either say, you got 5 minutes or shut up and keep fighting. It's always one or the two. I've never really seen what happened that night happen before or after.
Yeah.
So I walked backwards and I tried to signal, maybe amateur of me, you know, karate, we always do this.
Time out.
I done that and signalled. And I think he must have been staring at the ring birds or something myself, because he did not realise anything was going on until Danny realised I was, his name, Adam, sorry. Until Adam realised that I was sort of trying to take time. I don't know why. It was surprising because he seems like a quite respectful lad. He jumped on the opportunity to throw a few shots at me. No harm against him, you know, he's in a fight. He's not inexperienced at the time as well. I covered up and I went, all right, sound. You're not stopping this, are you? Come ahead. Started throwing shots back just to show, I'm not really easy. I'm ready. And that's when he jumped in. As I'm starting to throw shots back, and he went, what's going on? I went, my groin guard, mate. I wouldn't have been asked if he would have just said fight. I would have sort of cracked on. I went, my groin guard. I went, literally, it slipped. I need to adjust it badly. He went, you don't call time on the fight. I call time on the fight. That's the fight over. But I remember looking at him, and he was sort of, I remember him being like, I'm over here fighting. And he was slightly over there. And then he went, oh shit. Like he didn't realise what was going on. And I was livid, lad. It was nothing to do with Adam. I shook Adam's hand after it. I couldn't let Richie Mitchell touch me after it, to be honest. I don't think I'd want him refereeing me again. I don't really, it's a small petty thing probably of me to hold it back, but like at the time, it frustrated the life out of me. I had a big audience there. We had a few hundred people there ready to come to watch me, come to see me in Liverpool getting the belt. But they sorted it out in the end, so I can't really say much. But it was upset. It was a bit frustrating and more than anything else.
Yeah,
well, especially with the performance that I put on.
Yeah, no, I understand. Completely understand, Marcus. And so Cage Warriors, and credit to them, Marcus, did what was right and scheduled the immediate rematch 2 weeks later at the O2 in London. How was your preparation structured in the lead up?
It was a bit weird because it's obviously a weight cut bouncing onto another weight cut.
I know.
It was a strange one. Yeah, it was strange, but I went that night. I think I had like and Nando's the first, like after the fight, I said, like, it's nothing crazy. It's like, you know, Nando's not good for you at the end of the day, but it's chicken and rice, you know what I mean? It's not the worst thing you can ever eat. So I had that, and then just went sort of back into my diet, straight back onto it. Done light training. I treated it as if it was me last week and a half, a week maybe, where I'd turn up at the gym just on the pads, you know, keeping my oxygen, like just breathing, veins the same, very cardiovascular. You know what I mean? My weight was already down, so that wasn't really an issue to worry about. So it was just light training and keeping my weight down. And I knew in my head, I went, his leg's knackered already. I said 2 weeks. I said, he's still going to be not sore, but raw at least. You know what I mean?
And he was. So what was your mindset going into that rematch, Marcus, given what happened in the first encounter?
Basically, I knew it was just about performing. It was just about not getting cocky, not being stupid, and just getting in there and fighting. So I done that, but credit to him, he was, I'd say, slightly better in the second fight. He he adjusted. He weren't having none of that leg kick. He had it a few times. Like, I still got him with it, but he weren't having it as much. You know what I mean? He learned, which that's just a credit to the fighter that he is. You know what I mean? He learned and adjusted. You know, it's kind of giving me a lot of shit for fighting him. Kind of huge.
Really? Because you were meant to. You were originally scheduled to fight Conor, but that's something we'll get onto in a minute.
Yeah. But he was unhappy. He didn't think he was a worthy opponent, even though in my eyes, out the two of them, Adam Shelly's a better striker. Out the two of them, in my eyes.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
I fought both of them, beat both of them, so it doesn't do nothing to me to say either or. It doesn't do nothing for me. You know what I mean? Not putting Conor down. If you watch Adam Shelly, he's had more K1 kickboxing experience. He's tested himself a lot more, and you can see that he's a good kickboxer. You can give taekwondo here or there. You can see that he's a good fighter from the stand-up. So I rated him stand-up wise more.
Okay, well, hold that thought. It was the only amateur contest. No, that's fine. No, it was the only amateur contest. Absolutely fine, Marcus. So the rematch with Adam Shelly was the only amateur contest that evening. And so you both opened the show. What was that like?
It was good. It was just good mainly to be part of the pro experience. It was a good little glimpse. You know, even though I don't imagine it to be, it wasn't much different than the amateur experience. Don't get me wrong, slightly more strict. Look, guys, be here on this time, or you're going to get fucking docked. He's saying this to all. I'm not getting fucking paid. You know, get me sick money. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? That's it. Getting docked and that. I was thinking, what are you going to dock me? But, he wasn't saying it to me, obviously, but he was just generally telling them, you know, guys, good show. It was Graham Boylan in the back, obviously, because it's Cage Warriors. Yeah. And it was good to hear his little sort of talk. Yeah. He gave them all a talk and was breaking that like Graham does. It was good. It was good. He was, to be honest, I don't really know much about Graham. I still don't really. I'm not a big person to follow. I've got him on Instagram to see what's going on with him. I know he runs Cage Warriors, but it was good to see that sort of little aspect of him. Sort of, here's what's going on, guys. Blah 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 blah. Make sure you're here. Make sure you're there. I was thinking, so this is where I'm going to have to be. That's how I'm going to have to be. Just learn. So it was good experience, and obviously to be in the O2 Arena. It wasn't. I thought it was the main room.
No, it's the Indigo.
The Indigo, yeah. I didn't. No one told me that. I thought it was the O2, but it was still obviously going to London, staying over there, just me and my cousin getting that sort of fight experience, being there for 2 days because they only put me there for a day. But Felly Rowan's our gym, Gav Melia. Gav. He sort of, good guy, Art of Gold, mate. He sent me down there another night before.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
I could do
on his expense?
Oh, yeah, he did on the gym's expense. Yeah, he sorted me out. He looked after me, sort of thing, sent me down, made sure that was all right. Just so it wasn't like stress. If it would have been like weight cutting, getting on the train, like, I don't have a bad weight cut. I never do. No. But at the same time, being on a train going to London.
Yeah, you want to avoid that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You want to avoid it.
It was a good experience.
And you won the rematch by unanimous decision, winning all 3 rounds and really mixing it up well. You were even forcing the takedowns. What was the thinking behind that?
On the takedown, I just seen the opportunity. To be honest, that was my gym's called Mushinkai. That actually translates into the No Mind School, which people probably look at and No Mind School, so you run around like a mindless idiot. No, that what that means is split-second glimpses of just doing. And when I did that double leg, there was no like, I'm going to double leg him. Yeah, I want a double leg.
Instinct.
I just something, you know, I'm not saying it was a moment of clarity. The Matrix was perfect, and I fucking seen. I took the blue pill and went into there. Nah, it was just, I felt it. I felt it at the time. I did it, and to be honest, I look at that takedown now and think, oh yeah, good luck takedown. But everything after 8, how high my hips are off the ground, my knees aren't controlled. It was, you know, but it just happened.
Are you ever happy?
No, never,
No.
never. There's not a fight you see
Stay
can
that
point out
way.
and say happy. Yeah.
Stay that way. Good.
Once you're happy, you're not going to learn, are you?
That's right. That's exactly right. So after beating Adam, you got your hands on the coveted Cage Warriors Academy title, your first in MMA. How did that feel? And where does that rank in your overall combat sports achievements?
It was good. It was good. I've won a lot of things.
I know.
The shine sort of gone sometimes.
Yeah, you were very calm. Gavin was like excited, and you were just like,
yeah,
another day in the office.
So don't be wrong. Happy, obviously happy. It's another step in my career. It's something else to put on my bedpost. There's what I've done. Let's move on forward. But it's still, if it was the Cage Warriors belt, maybe I'd be a bit more busy. But for me, it's still, I shouldn't say this because amateur fighting now is not what amateur fighting used to be, is it? No, you get a lot of amateur fighters these days who come through and you can see they're better than a lot of pros that are already out there. So to get an amateur belt is not like a simple task, but at the same time, I don't see it being like, we've achieved it, but yeah. No, we're not. We're still at the bottom and we're getting there. You know what I mean? In my eyes anyway.
Yeah, that's the right attitude.